Sounds good. Sounds good. How's everyone doing today? How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. My name is John Perillo. I am the co-founder and president of a mobile application made 100% in Sacramento called WinZr. And what we look to do is connect people before arriving at their destinations and events. And who do we benefit by doing this? Well, we benefit travelers, event goers, event organizers, as well as convention center and tourism boards. And I'll go into each one as to exactly how we benefit each. Travelers, when you're traveling to a destination, you want to know the best places to go. So you can meet travelers and locals before you arrive at your destinations, who can recommend best places to go, best attractions to see, eat, sleep, stay at, the whole nine. Before you go to an event, whether it's for social, you can connect with fun people, knowing where to go before the event, see where to go during the event. And for business events, you can network before you arrive at your event, so that way you don't miss any really important connections that might be in the room that can then kind of help your business going forward. So event goers, they can also see the event details. They can social and business networking before the event, and then they can get live event updates, as well as purchase tickets, and really do the whole nine of any event mobile application that you have for your current events. We benefit event organizers, so that way every event organizer can have a full service mobile application without going through the hassle of building their entire app. And we do it at a lot lower cost than if you're going to go out to use an app development company for your events. And the benefit for the users as well, which was actually really kind of presented well with the presentation before, is that once you download our app, you'll have all the events rather than each individual event app that you need.
Wait, those people.
For the event organizers, they'll be able to communicate their event details, event communication. They'll have live event updates, sell tickets, and have any additional links that they'd like to provide their attendees with. So this is where convention centers, visitors bureaus want you to act like after you're leaving the city, right? That was the best place to go. So how we can help convention center and tourism boards is really provide them with a marketing platform for the city. So that way they can connect with people coming into the city before they ever arrive. Tell them the best airlines, the best hotels, best restaurants. So that way, people coming into Sacramento can go to Firestone, they can go to McCooney's, Mulvaney's, they can go to the Golden One Center, go see a Republic game, really have the best experience possible inside the city here. So they can, provide information on the best attractions, the best airlines to use, best events, best hotels, just to make sure that experience. So that way when they go home, they tell all their friends and, or post in the city, of course on social media, that way that increases their chance of coming back. As well as, convention centers, bringing back business for the convention as well. So our Tier 1 monetization plan, right now we are monetizing off of event organizers. So at a lot lower cost than building out their own mobile application, as well as less time. We can provide them with a full service mobile application with all the benefits that they would already have by going out to build their own. For our Tier 2 monetization plan, so we're connecting people before they're arriving at their destinations and events, right? So we have the ability to enhance that user's experience by letting them know the best airlines to use, best hotels, Airbnbs to stay at, transportation, restaurants, clubs, events, restaurants. So that way we can have an advertising model that connects them with the best things to do. And we also pull in their Facebook interests so we can be smart about what we're pushing to someone. So that way it really benefits their experience. And also including the monetization plan really. So our tiers of benefits, we always need to put our users first, businesses second, and then if it works for those two, it'll always work for WinZr. So we always have to put, to make sure we know. So We've been used actually in 100 countries, in 2,000 cities. We've been used at top events in Sacramento and as well as beyond, the likes of Lake Havasu, San Francisco, Lake Tahoe. We've had celebrities come on for events to help promote those events, the likes of like Terrell Owens. We've had 150,000 page views, and we have had national and local coverage. ESPN is one of them, so if you type in WinZr and ESPN, you'll have an article popping up. We've worked with the Mad Backer celebrity basketball game right here in Sacramento. Adrian Ross played at high school football in Elk Grove, and then went on to go play for the Bengals. Legends of sports, Derek Deese, he played for the San Francisco 49ers during the Steve Young, and I believe a little bit of the Montana era too. Global Winter Wonderland is a huge festival, lighting festival at Cal Expo, as well as one in Tulare. The Super Fan Chase was a Super Bowl scavenger hunt for Super Bowl 50 in the Bay Area. And then SWAT Spring Break is the largest spring break company on the West Coast. So students from all, every different colleges, they were able to connect with other spring breakers, connect with the performers, and it was a big EDM concert. And how action items for today? We'd love for you to, one, download the app and use the app. Let us know what you think of it. We're all looking to benefit your experience, so anything we can do to benefit that. If you know any event organizers that would be interested in using our platform, we'd love to meet them. And if by chance you know anyone in the convention center, visitors bureaus, in Sacramento or beyond, we'd love to meet them as well. And that really wraps up.
So John already shared with you how the community can help. So we're going to jump right to questions. So go ahead and ask questions.
How cost effective is that ability to create an app for the like? I don't want to necessarily say what is the price you're charging, but I want to kind of ask, are you making money off that now, or are you just kind of keeping it bare bones minimum cost to the event people so that they will get into the flow and build the business?
Yeah, exactly. It's a very low entry point, and that way it really, we can get additional events with them. And as they build on our platform, they're actually able to also promote to all past attendees for future events as well. So once they get one event in, then they're really able to really kind of be beneficial for all their attendees for continuous events that they have throughout all the other events that they're having.
What is the cost for an event organizer?
It's $4.99 for an event.
One time?
Yeah, and then we have unlimited monthly events are $9.99 a month, and then on a yearly platform, around $5,000 per event, or for unlimited per year.
So, go ahead.
Well, I'm a little confused on, as a user, how it works. So say I want to go to Vegas, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
How is WinZr going to help me have a good time in Vegas?
Actually, have some extra credit slides. So this is your homepage right here. So if you just tap on destination or event, let's just say you're going into Las Vegas, you can add your dates that you're going. You can connect with other people that are traveling to Las Vegas.
So how does that work? Just random people are on my phone and I say, hey, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That way. And for events, you can network with people before you arrive as well. But we really want you, that's a way for you to get recommendations, like true recommendations on where to go and what to do from people, rather than promoted events or like attractions. That way you get the real kind of truth of the matter. So I was a backpacker right out of college, and the best recommendations you can ever get in really anything, but definitely especially in traveling, is recommended travel from other travelers as well as locals. So you can also get the local vibe too on a local restaurant to go to as well.
So obviously the person on the other end has to have your app in order for me to communicate, right?
Yeah.
So the word best is used a lot.
Okay.
What constitutes the best airlines, the best restaurants, the best things to do? Like how do you quantify that?
We pull it in based on your interests on Facebook. So if you like Southwest Airlines, if you,
Is that the only way?
right at this point it is, but at some point we'd like to pull in like more interest that you have to then curate a better, maybe pull in like an AI experience too, but then kind of really pull in the best, the best kind of events and destinations for you to go to.
One other question, which is like, what is the what's the competition like? I know there's a ton of things for event organizers to create both their own apps and also to nest their apps inside of other apps and create websites for their events and stuff like that. So like, what's the landscape of competition like for you?
We're the only ones combining destinations and events into an app because we believe that they really go hand in hand with when you're traveling, you go into events, as well as when you're in the city, you go into events. And then we're the only ones marketing, connecting before you go into events and destinations. So we have kind of just that benefit in like leading up to the events and destinations. Millions of people are using apps after arriving, but they're discovering problems of they already have plans, meeting up with people, it's just not enough time to create a report, and then next thing you know, you're both back at home. So kind of really letting people prep that vacation or prep that event really drives kind of really our platform.
Do I still have to do the work in prepping that event? So I go to a destination, I put in I'm going to Vegas. Do I still have to then go through a massive list of restaurant recommendations and through a list of, or is it like, here are the top 5? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we'll push notifications to you and recommend them based on the Facebook interests that you have. And then there's also a chat platform where you can just talk to everyone going, seeing where they're going and what they're thinking as well.
You mentioned that you are in 100 plus countries and 2,000 cities. That seems like a tall statement. Can you just describe, I mean, how and what you've done and what's it really,
So we actually haven't properly marketed this out properly yet, and we've already been using 100 countries and 2,000 cities. Not densely, but we have been touched down and used in those cities and destinations. Our top cities are Sacramento, San Francisco, and Scottsdale at the moment. And those are the highest engagement diversity cities really engaging with the platform the most. But I think the overarching kind of touch that we've had without properly marketing it kind of just shows the potential reach and potential of the interest of people having with the app.
So does it mean that the app is downloaded from people in these cities, or does it mean that you have an event in those
downloads.
cities?
Yep, that's on a download basis. Yes.
You can kind of see the linkage to the airline. If you love golf, you could put that together and say, here's somebody who's flying to Scottsdale, and they love golf, and Scottsdale has golfing activities, so maybe they want an airline that gives a low golf club or include a package for it. The rate is less to take your clubs or your skis if you're a skier going to Aspen or Colorado.
Exactly, yep. I'm glad you mentioned airlines because they would be a great partner for us as well. You can download on your flight WinZr, and then before you land, everything to do, and be a good party platform as well.
Don't go with United.
Very true.
Who are you, is there a particular industry right now that you're really going after to expand the use of your?
Our best case studies are in the music festival industry. So people that are really social, really want to engage with other people, really want to connect and have a good time. So music festivals have been really good events for us, as well as celebrity events, celebrity basketball games, celebrity golf events, because people love talking to the celebrities before they get to the events. That way they have more of a connection with people who are playing the events or So those kind of two different kind of markets are the ones that we're targeting the most.
So say something like Coachella, is there, your app wasn't used, right? Or
No.
isn't?
Mhm.
Has it happened yet? Okay. It
Yeah.
has, okay.
Yeah.
Cool people. Is there another app that's being used at Coachella that would be a competitor of yours?
Well, Coachella, they have their own app, but we feel there's a way for us to work with them, which is kind of enhancing the experience of people so that way they can connect with everyone going to the events and connect with the performers on stage as well. Their platform doesn't have that type of engagement. They pull in like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but they don't have that communication platform. So I think that's where we could potentially work with them.
Two things. One, I think Coachella's was actually built by Buckwild locally. So I don't know if you have an in with them, but it might be a good contact just to talk and what that experience was like.
Yeah.
And then two, like what's your conversion on? Let's say I have an event, music festival. I know 10,000 people are signed up and coming. I use your app. How many of those people are you seeing convert to users on your platform?
Around 10,000, or sorry, 10%.
10%.
Yeah, 10%.
What metrics do you provide to the event organizers? I mean, is there, what's that data? Are you selling data to them, or are you selling metrics, or provide them metrics so that they can gauge the before and after?
Yeah, we are providing them with like demographics of who's going. Not emails because we want to like protect that for the users. So we're not kind of selling that type of data, but we're giving them tons of information on like who's going, what their interests are. That way it can help with sponsorship advertising. And it also, with that information as well for the next event, they also can really be a channel revenue for the event that they don't have without an app. So that way they can go get a commercialized push notification from free Coca-Cola at the ABC tent, right? So it kind of really helps really create a whole new channel revenue that a lot of events just don't have without the digital platforms.
Can you describe the approximate split in your customer base between people going to professional type of convention things and people just going for leisure, vacation kind of objective?
It's 80% for leisure, 20% for business, but it really fluctuates based on the event that we're having as well. So we've seen it be beneficial on any event platform, any kind of type of event that we're working with.
Right, that's the challenge that a lot of startups have.
Mm-hmm.
That the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
And I would offer that very likely the way to monetize and partner this better is going to be spend a little bit more of your time focusing on the business aspect of it, where there's a little deeper pockets and longer term partnership potential.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
We have time for one more question. Is there someone who hasn't asked a question yet? Who wants to ask? Okay.
Is the interface text only, or is there a video option?
It's text only right now, but in the queue we have pictures and videos, and then being able to show those pictures and videos as well to the Facebooks, Instagrams, and Twitters. I think that will help market engagement right there too.
All right, thank you, John.
No.
So,